Has anything changed at Facebook, the big data company, in the last year?
I think, when regulators or politicians attack big tech companies, the tech companies say sorry, they say they'll fix it, and then a few months later it's business as usual. But I think this time it's different because politicians are elected by the people. It's politicians that appoint regulators, and the people are rising up and they're saying enough is enough. We want more regulation. So I think regulation's coming. It might be the EU that leads it, or the UK, as happened this week with the online harms bill. But the US will be forced to follow and will be forced to regulate.
But here's the thing. Not a lot of the US users maybe use WhatsApp. Around the world, it's how everybody communicates. It's owned by Facebook. They just, a month ago, sort of rolled in that WhatsApp is now going to, which was known sort of for its privacy and encryption, is now going to be sort of connected to all the other Facebook products. Stuff like that ticks off Facebook users, does it not?
I think it does. I think if you look at this in perspective, we've always said for the last year regulation is going to be big, and we'll explain why. So, when big tech was regulated 30 years ago with the IBM case, or 15 years ago with the Microsoft case, it was all about antitrust. But today, big tech, regulation is more than antitrust, because big tech is destabilizing democracy by spreading false information. It's harming our children. It's affecting the law and justice systems by not giving the police access to data. Yeah. So whereas regulation was just about antitrust in the past, today there are 10 forms of regulation that we expect to come along. The first is data privacy. The second is data protection, which is different. The third is fake news or misinformation, stopping that. The fourth is antitrust, which we've also had, but antitrust is going to be different. Recently, the EU redefined exactly what it means to be antitrust. So it's not just about market shares now, it's about data and the way you handle data and the way you stop competitors from getting that data.
But let me jump in very quick, Cyrus, before you, I know we don't have time to get through the whole list, but it's a good list, and maybe we'll put it on the web. But here's the thing, is any of that going to kick advertisers off or make people leave Facebook? Because everything else, from a stock perspective, doesn't matter. If they keep raking in the advertising dollars,
Yeah. Well, I think it will. I think it'll have two impacts. The first is it'll have an impact on, first of all, it won't have a big impact across tech. It'll impact companies that have an ad-funded business model. So immediately we can say that Apple is going to be a winner from more regulation, and so might some of the publishers like the New York Times. But and within those who have an ad-funded business model, Facebook, Google, Twitter, etc., the differentiator is going to be artificial intelligence. So Google, which in our opinion has far better artificial intelligence resources than Twitter and Facebook, is going to have lower compliance costs than Facebook. But compliance costs are going to go up. And here's the key. More regulation is coming. So California has proposed a digital dividend, which is that you tax the collectors of data like Facebook, and you give that money back to the people, or you use it for better regulation. We expect some countries to introduce decentralized apps. So right now, if you're a user and you want to leave Facebook, Facebook still has all of your data. But in the new world, the data should belong to consumers. So we would expect some countries to bring in laws that say data belongs to consumers. If I leave Facebook, I should be able to cut off Facebook's access to my data because that data is stored in a decentralized app.